and welcome to Fairy Fountains channel. So today's video I'm going to be telling you all about how Fairy Fountains got started. Fairy Fountains got started in 2015, but in order to understand a little bit more we've got to go back a little bit further to 2012, where it was a week away from my maternity leave, and unfortunately my company decided that was the perfect time to retrench me. Sadly, because of this and being in the hospitality industry, it became very difficult for me to actually find a job. I did try, but with newborn baby, it became a very difficult task. So when my husband Carl decided that he was going to get himself a plaything with a bit of money that he got from his dad, and where do I take it from?
Bit of money from his dad.
Okay. So when my husband Carl got a bit of money from his father, he decided that he was going to get himself a plaything. And this plaything was the 3D printer. He went and he showed me the 3D printer before he got it. Went and told me all about the things that we could print with it. It seemed like a great idea. It's going to be lots of fun. Went and bought the 3D printer. We printed a scraper. And then we started printing some geeky memorabilia, things that meant something to us. He then decided, hey, what if we put paint on it? Can we do that? So he started painting the things. I then sort of took over and started painting things as well, and realized that one, I'm not too bad with painting, and two, this was actually rather fun. And then I realized that, oh, but I could actually make a business from this, because beforehand I had been doing small side business things. So for instance, making little stuffed toys and that I went and sold at a flea market down in Kroonstad. So I wasn't brand new to flea markets. My friend had her first flea market happening at their nursery. We decided, okay, cool, we're going to go stand there by that flea market. Went and printed even more geeky things like supernatural angel blade. I did print a few things that I thought that particular market would go for, like little owls and little lovey hedgehogs and things like that, and painted them, had a lot of fun doing it. And at the end of the day we ended up making a total profit of 200 Rand after table and everything was deducted, which at the time, considering my previous record with flea markets, was fantastic for me, and I was happy. And I decided, okay, well, let's look online, let's see what all there is in terms of flea markets. And I came across a supernatural flea market, and I thought, oh well, this is awesome, because I mean, obviously, as you can hear, a bit of a supernatural fan. So messaged the organizers, asked them, you know, please, we'd like to have a stall there. They messaged me back, they said, sorry, unfortunately we're fully booked. So okay, no, fine. We then decided, okay, well, we'll go away for that Easter weekend, because this was now on the Easter weekend that it was happening. And we got a message, I think, if memory serves correct, it was about a week or 2 weeks before the convention. And it was the organizer asking us how big a space we need. So I explained to her how big of a space we need. We basically need a table so we can put the printer on there, people can see us printing, and then we can put some of our prints out for sale. And she was like, okay, cool, let me see what I can do. Came back a few hours later, said, okay, you guys have got a spot. So cancelled our trip away for Easter. We decided we're staying here, we are going to the convention. I've always been one where if I know it's a place where people are dressing up, I'm going to dress up too, because at that point I didn't know what cosplay was. I just knew what dress up was, and I like dress up. So dressed up, went and we printed things like bat's ears and pony ears, and I can't remember what else we all had there. No, we had little Milneers. but basically a whole lot of geeky things. And we went to the convention, we set out everything, people were really friendly. I met a good couple of my friends at the convention, which is awesome. So set out everything, we were introduced to the cosplayers there. We started seeing what cosplay is, started understanding a little bit more about what cosplay is about because of the people that we spoke to. As I say, me meeting a lot of my friends who are cosplayers at the convention definitely did help. And at the end of the day, we weren't walking away with 200 Rand, we were walking away with over £1,000. I can't remember the exact amount, I have to go back into my logs and that to see what we pulled from there. But I do remember the excitement after that and realizing, but hang on, you know, this actually brings in a lot of money. So from there, I learned about Cosplay South Africa on Facebook. Went onto Facebook, asked them if we could advertise, started getting more and more clients. So we got our first commission from Cat's Tail Cosplay, which was a Galadriel crown. And she already knows what her nickname was as a result of that Galadriel crown, which, because we don't want to be demonetized, we're not going to be saying on here. But we did the Galadriel crown for her. It was the first time really modeling as well. And that was our first commission. And of course then more commissions started coming in. We learned about Geek Fest, went to Geek Fest, went to Connect, went to, oh, there's actually so many cons that we ended up going to. Smallville, we went to Rage, was our big one that we did. As I said, we did a lot of cons. During this time, in about, I'd say, probably August, someone came to me and said, well, they've got this designer and he's new, he's never designed for anybody, he's only done his own designs, he's been teaching himself. And we worked out a thing with him and he started designing for us. And we realized, you know, he then went and moved on to bigger things because he was able to build up his portfolio of, with us being a small business, we couldn't pay him packets of money. On top of it, we didn't want to charge our clients a packet of money because cosplayers are not exactly what I would call your Ferrari drivers. So we sort of helped him launch himself as well, and he left Fairy Fountains to then go on to bigger things. We then got another designer in and we started, with designers coming and going, we've now started freelancing our designers. So they're still doing their own thing, but we then outsource to those designers whenever we need to do models. And so we started off with one printer, our one How Duplicator D4, which was a really small build volume. We are now currently sitting with a total of 5 printers, our biggest being the CR10S Plus, which is quite an upgrade if you go and have a look on Google from the D4 to the CR10. We also now do molding, resin casting, we have done some foam work, so we're really branching out. The company has grown from the small little one little printer thing to a much bigger scale, and we're planning bigger things and better things in the future. Thanks for watching. Bye.